From the Opubco Studios in Oklahoma City, you're watching The Press Row. I'm Jenny Carlson here with Barry Trammell. We are brought to you by Papa John's Pizza. You can go online right now and order your pizza at papajohns.com. Time for We Pick 'em. We've got a bunch of basketball games, Barry, so let's get right to it. Let's start with the OU men going to Texas Tech Saturday 3 p.m. tip. Who you got in this one?
I'm going to take the Red Raiders. Tubby Smith has impressed me. Tech is at the bottom of the Big 12. Not a lot of talent, but he's done an excellent job and made them very competitive. They beat Baylor in Lubbock. The Sooners coming off a lethargic victory over TCU. I think it's going to be a tough place for the Sooners to get a win. I'm going to take Tech in the upset.
I'll go with OU on the road. And, they didn't play well against TCU, but the Sooners were coming off a really tough stretch, and you can understand a little bit of a letdown against an opponent that doesn't stack up to the likes of Baylor, Iowa State, Kansas, on and on the list goes for the Oklahoma men. They kind of got a breather a little bit this week. It's not as much of a breather as it would have been before Tubby Smith got there, because he has done impressive things at Tech. But I like OU to go on the road and steal a win. Any road win is big, and I think the Sooners get one on Saturday afternoon. All right, what about this OSU men's game? Also a Saturday afternoon tip, 1 p.m. at Gallagher-Iba against West Virginia. Who you got in this one, Barry?
I'll take the Cowboys. I mean, we haven't seen OSU since last Saturday in Lawrence. Get way down, come back, make a spirited comeback, lose by 2. Now they get to come home. West Virginia, decent team, took OSU to the mat, needed the Markel Brown three-pointer there near the end to beat the Mountaineers in Morgantown. But back home in Stillwater, the Cowboys are going to be fired up. I think they'll play well. I think they'll win easy.
I'm going OSU in this one as well. Yeah, and an entire week, essentially, that they had between games. Obviously, a quick turnaround. Big Monday with Bedlam on Monday. But I think this gives a chance for especially those inside players for the Cowboys to get their legs back under them, to just feel reinvigorated and energized. I think OSU wins pretty handily on Saturday against West Virginia. All right, let's turn to the women's game for a second, Barry. A pretty big game on Sunday afternoon in Stillwater. Oklahoma State's women hosting Baylor. Two really good programs here. Who you got?
I'm going to take the Cowgirls. I tell you, Baylor, I was thinking might run the table again. Not even picked to win the Big 12, but the dominating play early on. And yet on last weekend, Baylor goes to Kansas and gets blown out. Yep. Cowgirls are really playing well. They've won some big road games. I think Jim Littell's really got this team. It's a top 10 team. I think they're primed, especially at home. I think they'll get the Bears.
I think this is going to be a fun one. A great matchup between Tiffany Bias for the Cowgirls and Odyssey Sims for the Bears. But I'm going to go with the Bears. I think Odyssey Sims kind of puts me over the top, and I think a lot of Tiffany Bias. But I think Baylor and what she brings them on the court, I just like them, especially in a tough road environment. I do think Oklahoma State fans, if there's a game that Cowgirl fans will turn out for that's not Bedlam, I think this is it. Kim Mulkey went crazy on the sidelines a few years ago, and I don't think people have even forgotten. I mean, that's been a while ago, but I think Oklahoma State fans like to see her lose, so I think they'll be there in force on Sunday. All right, we mentioned that Bedlam Big Monday game earlier. Here it is, Barry. Bedlam, Monday night, 8 p.m. in Norman. Who you got?
Do we realize it's been a decade or more since OU lost Bedlam at home? Cowboys just can't seem to get a win at Lloyd Noble.
Even good teams have gone in there.
Very good teams. I think OSU's the better team. I think OU's gotten a lot better, but I think it's going to be tough to win on the road. We've seen the Cowboys go to Morgantown, struggle to win, go to Manhattan and lose, go to Lawrence, played very well down the stretch, but still lost. I'm going to have to take the Sooners playing at home.
Yeah, I'm going against my better judgment, I think, here. I'm picking OSU to win. I like you said, Barry, they look like the better team, and I think that's going to trump it on the road. But I tell you what, it is weird to think that, it's been so long since Oklahoma State's gone into the Lloyd Noble Center and come away with a victory. They've had teams in a lot of instances that were better. I just think, in this case, Marcus Smart, this is it. This is his last Bedlam game in Norman. I think he's going to take this as a personal challenge to get the Cowboys over the hump. And when he's motivated to do something, I like the Cowboys' chances to get it done. But it's going to be a heck of a game. Monday night, 8 p.m., I think a lot of people will be watching. All right, lastly, Barry, let's go with this big game next Wednesday night. Oklahoma City goes to Miami. Obviously, a huge NBA matchup. This one at 6 p.m. that Wednesday night on ESPN. Who you picking?
I'm going to take the Heat with one caveat. If by chance Russell Westbrook is back for that one, I'm going to take the Thunder. But if Thunder plays without Russell, Miami's sort of been coasting. They've sort of been sleepwalking this whole season, and they don't even deny it. They sort of own up to it. But they get fired up for the big games, I think. And I think they'll be fired up for this with the Thunder coming in, Durant playing the way he is, the Thunder playing the way it is. So I think Miami will find the gumption to get fired up for this one. I'll take the Heat.
Asked me a couple days ago who I think's going to win this game, and I go Heat. But now, after seeing the Thunder go 5-0 in a really tough stretch of their schedule, I'm taking the Thunder. And I don't care if Russell Westbrook's back or not. I think he might be, but even if he's not, I like the way the Thunder's playing right now. It looks like Reggie Jackson has figured some things out. It looks like Serge Ibaka's sort of finding some comfort level, but more than anything, it's about Kevin Durant right now. I mean, the guy's just going nuts. He's playing spectacularly, shooting at a great percentage. His efficiency is unbelievable, doing a lot of things great for this team. If you've got him on your team, I like your chances to go to Miami and win. I will take the Thunder. Hey, be sure to stay with the best coverage team anywhere, newsok.com, and every day in the Oklahoman.